Well, good evening. Good evening, my friends. Welcome, one and all, to another edition of Christine Vitale's vocal groups and other music for undeniable gratification. I should know better than to leave something not plugged in. I've been taught, and I've been taught by a master, so I know. I just don't always follow the directions. But welcome to another edition. This is Studio Chatter Radio, CVVG, and OMFUG. Yeah, FUG. Christine Vitale's vocal groups and other music for undeniable gratification comes to you on Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here from Studio Chatter Radio Studios. That's where we are. We're in a studio. You believe it? We have made it to the big time. We've got a studio. Okay, we're going to get to the music. And I know I'm over-modulating, so let me lower this a bit, okay? Because I know I'm driving you crazy. I saw we were way in the red. But hey, let's get the music rolling. No more wasting time. Here we go. Gonna get that girl.
I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get that girl. Oh, baby, come on, treat me right, squeeze me tight. I'm gonna get that girl if it takes me the rest of my life. I'm gonna get that girl one of these times, and when I do, she'll be mine. If it takes money to do that trick, I'll get me a job, boy, real quick. I love her, I love to hug her, I love to squeeze her, I love to tease her. The way she walks, the way she talks, the way she wiggles, the way she giggles. I'm gonna get that girl if it takes me the rest of my life. Hey! I'm gonna get that girl one of these times, and when I do, she'll be mine. If it takes money to do the trick, I'll get me a job, boy, real quick. I love her, I love to hug her, I love to squeeze her, I love to tease her. The way she walks, the way she talks, the way she wiggles, the way she giggles. I'm gonna get that girl if it takes me the rest of my life.
Paris in the winter, when it drizzles.
Yes, I love Paris. I love Paris. And you know, that tune is such an unusual arrangement that the publishers, the music publishers, felt this version by the Robins was such an abomination that it compromised the value of the copyright, and they hated it. Well, I love the Robins, and I can't say I love Paris from having known Paris, but I will say I sure would be interested in traveling to Paris one day. Not right now. Maybe one day. So welcome once again to Christine Vitale's Vocal Groups and Other Music for Undeniable Gratification. We do this on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. We go on at 7 p.m. and we stay here till 10 p.m. And, well, we jump on and off here throughout the rest of the week. Whenever I could squeeze that time in, I'm here. I am here. I am so here because I'm all fired up for the idea of bringing vocal group music and other music for undeniable gratification to the Twitch stream because it's not here. And it's my job to bring it here because it's a self-appointed job, you know. Consider it, you know, my own initiative. Through my own initiative, this is what I'm doing. Now, there are things that I feel out and I grow with and I change with, I evolve. It depends. Like I changed some of the camera angles and I'm not sure I'm 100% happy with this one either. So we changed that and I might change the orientation just a bit. Not tonight, but when I'm off camera. And some of the position of some of my equipment for the ease to facilitate the whole thing. And I sometimes come up with new ideas. And one of these ideas that I'm trying out now is mixing up the genres so that it's not all 2 hours of vocal group music and 1 hour of something else. Because that keeps people who come here for the something else, you know, the other music for undeniable gratification, having to wait 2 hours before they're going to hear something that they're interested in. I like to mix it up because this way I'm spreading the good word. I'm getting their music out to vocal group listeners. I'm getting the vocal group music out to the listeners who are not really familiar with the stuff and maybe don't favor it necessarily. And one of the reasons why I think that some people don't favor it is because they don't know enough about it and its relevance. And there are some other reasons probably, but that is one key reason. So if we could spread the love all around, everybody benefits. People who are putting out vocal group music, there's not a whole lot of them, but those who are, you know, they get to benefit. And those who are putting out their albums who are in bands can have their music be heard by other people. I think that's a plus as well. So we're going to keep things moving along. I have chosen something. I don't quite remember what it is, but I'm going to find out right now. Oh, it takes two to make a home. It does. It takes two to make a home. We're going out to the West Coast for this sound. And as soon as I can pull up my CD, I'm using CDs, yes, because I don't have enough MP3s at the ready to keep things going. I haven't developed my library or organized. I got a lot of MP3s, but not enough to sustain all these shows. So I have to rely on some CDs until I find the right person who's going to just transform everything to MP3s. I got to depend on the CDs. It might seem old-fashioned to some, but for me it works. And I brought along a new musical instrument with me today. I tried to match it to my shirt. I don't know if you could see this, but let me back up for a second here. See, this is what I don't like about the camera. See, now you can't even hear me. And my shirt says Girls Rock, okay? It's got stripes on it, the sleeve. I don't know if you could see it. Stripes. I'm looking at my kazoo. That's got a stripe. I match. I match today like a well-put-together suit. You see that? I match like a well-put-together suit. I had to back off the mic in order to say all that. But I'm back on mic, and we're going to get back to the music. As soon as I am certain I have lined up the cut in the proper manner, because of that, I am not quite sure. I did say it takes two to make a home, but I'm not so sure that that's what I lined up because I have this problem. Has to do with this. Glasses. And there's a few other things, but we won't talk about that right now. Let's just play this, whatever it may be. And welcome to Christine Vitale's Vocal Groups and Other Music for Undeniable Gratification, brought to you by Studio Chatter Radio, CVVG, and OMFU. I almost did the FU. I don't want to do that. No, it's distasteful. OMFUG. Here we go.
Please don't leave me, pretty baby. Don't you leave me all alone. Please don't leave me, baby. Don't you leave me all alone. 'Cause you know it takes two to make a home. Well, baby, two to make a home. Oh, baby, two to make a home. Well, don't leave me, pretty baby. Don't you leave me all alone. You know I love you, baby. I couldn't make it by myself. Yes, no, I love you, baby. I couldn't make it by myself. You used to call me sugar daddy. Don't you let your sugar melt. Well, baby, all by myself. Oh, baby, all by myself. Yeah, I used to call me sugar daddy. Don't you let your sugar melt.
Although I love you so. But there's just one thing I want before I go. One kiss, one sigh, one kiss, one sigh. Give me one more kiss before I say goodbye.
I gave you my love straight from my heart. You gave me your word that we'd never part. Now you're all packed up to leave me. Tell me what made you change your mind. baby doll. I'm yours forever. Golly gee, we will part. Golly gee, baby, you do something to me. Oh, yeah.
I hope everybody's digging the music tonight. I got to make sure I don't overmodulate. Sorry about that. I don't want to blow your ears off. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to be kind. My name is Christine Vitale, and you are tuned to Christine Vitale's vocal groups and other music for undeniable gratification. Right here at Studio Chatter Radio, we have our own studio here. We've got a studio, an actual studio. CVVG and OMFUG. That is what I call the show. And, well, if you took a look at the logo, you know where I got it from. It's worldwide. It's iconic, so that's what I'm doing. And I hope you've been enjoying the music that we've been hearing. I know I have. Let me talk to you a little bit about it. I won't take too long, but I will tell you, golly gee, Maurice Williams and the Zodiacs, they gave us Little Darling. You know the tune Little Darling, that very famous tune that was made more famous by the Diamonds out of Canada, but it was written by Maurice Williams. And it really was from the South, and of course it becomes this big hit for the people up in Canada on the Cole record label, 1959. Before that, What Made You Change Your Mind? Hank Ballard and the Midnighters, just listed as the Midnighters, but you hear that voice and you know right away that is the voice of Hank Ballard. The Federal record label, 1957. It Takes Two to Make a Home, the Voices on Cash. That is something that we heard. Now it feels like a lifetime ago, but it was there. And sandwiched in there, we did hear a couple of tunes by the Robins, and we're going to go back to the Robins in just a moment. What did we hear? Let me tell you. We kicked off the program with I Love Paris, and I told you it was so different that the publishers felt like it compromised the value of the copyright to even have had them record that, and they wanted to ban it. They wanted to get rid of it. They couldn't stand it. Well, we also heard from the Robins. What did we hear? I'm not sure which one we heard. I'm drawing a blank. But I could tell you we heard One Kiss. And what we're going to hear right now is the Hatchet Man. Now, the Hatchet Man is cool. He goes around the woods with his hatchet in his hand. You can enjoy this one, I'm sure. All of you out there. Let me say hello to the people, though, first, before I hit that button. Aero Dude, thanks for checking in. Dre Drums, good to see you. Joey Sendra, happy always to see you. Thanks so much for the support. And Stevie, Alvador. I'll just call you Alvador since you own the name to the town that you grew up in. All right, here we go. Hatchet Man.
I've been swinging so long they call me the Hatchet Man. I've been swinging so long they call me the Hatchet Man. You can find me in the forest with my hatchet in my hand. I done chopped my way from Maine to Tennessee. Chop, chop, diddly bob, chop, chop. I done chopped my way from Maine to Tennessee. Chop, chop, diddly bob, chop, chop. You gotta learn how to chop if you wanna get along with me. Chop, chop, diddly bob, chop, chop. Now if you got 60 minutes, call up Lovin' Dan. But if you want something chopping, call the Hatchet Man. I've been swinging so long, they call me the Hatchet Man. Chop, chop, diddly bob, chop, chop. You can find me in the forest with my hatchet in my hand. Chop, chop, diddly bob, chop, chop. jump and shout out and go on. They call me the hatchet man. Chop, chop, bibbidi-bop, chop, chop. You can find me in the forest with my hatchet in my hand. Chop, chop, bibbidi-bop, chop, chop, bibbidi-bop, chop, chop, bibbidi-bop, chop, chop, bibbidi-bop, in my hand. Chop, chop, bibbidi-bop, chop, chop, bibbidi-bop, chop, chop, bibbidi-bop, chop, chop, bibbidi-bop, in my hand. Bibbidi-bop, chop, chop, bibbidi-bop.
They call him the Hatchet Man because you can find him in the forest with his hatchet in his hand. And we know what he's talking about. Let's not pretend we don't. So we will keep music going. But I do want to tell you, I'm practicing my new musical instrument. See this? This instrument kind of matches what I'm wearing. I wish I could change the camera angle, but I need a little time to do that. I was fiddling with it yesterday, and I couldn't get it exactly where I need to get it in order to show a better angle and show you, a little bit more than just the head shot. And I've got this musical instrument, which kind of matches what I'm wearing, because if you look, I'll move this mic just a bit. I could back up. Hopefully you could hear me. My shirt says Girls Rock. Can you see that? Can you see it? And when people see me in this shirt, they said, Christine, you dress like a dude. You're so much like a dude. Well, a little tomboyish maybe. I don't know. That's not really the case, but I guess some people see it that way. It depends on the day. I change it up every which way. And I've got a kazoo, but this is the cheapest kazoo that money can buy. It's a dollar store kazoo, so it does not sound very good. I have another kazoo that's made out of metal. Maybe I ought to try that one. But for the moment, I was playing some of these tunes. When I hear a sax solo, I could try to mimic that. When I get really good at it, I might put it on mic. I'm not saying I'm going to do it tonight, but I'm pretty bold. I will do things. I could do a few things, trust me. Anyway, we're going to move forward. I'm going to move the mic forward. And shout out to Aero Dude. I see you're eating your dinner. I don't want to disturb you, so if you got to go, I understand. We're going to listen to more music. And what do I have? This is something that many people ought to recognize, even if they don't know this version. It was recorded for Apollo Records. It was recorded for Apollo Records back in 1947, The Four Vagabonds. See if you know this one.
Dear, I thought I'd drop a line. The weather's cool, though folks are fine. I'm in bed each night at 9. P.S. I love you. Yesterday we had some rain, but on the whole, I can't complain. Was it dusty on the train? P.S. I love you. Ride to the Browns just as soon as you're able. They came around to call. I burned a hole in the dining room table. Now let me see. Yes, that's all. Nothing more for me to say. And
so I'll close. Oh, by the way, everybody's thinking of you. P.S. I love you. Everybody's thinking of you. P.S. I love you.
On July the 2nd, 1953, I was serving time for armed robbery. At 4 o'clock in the morning, I was sleeping in my cell. I heard a whistle blow, then I heard somebody yell. There's a riot going on. There's a riot going on. There's a riot going on up in cell block number 9. The trouble started in cell block number 5. It spread like fire across the prison floor. I said, okay, boys, getting ready to run. Here come the warden with the Tommy gun. There's a riot going on. There's a riot going on. There's a riot going on up in cell block number 9. The warden said, come out with your hands up in the air. If you don't stop this riot, you all gonna get the chair. Scarface Jones said it's too late to quit. Pass the dynamite, cause the fuse is lit. There's a riot going on. There's a riot going on. There's a riot going on up in cell block number 9. In the 47th hour, the tear gas got our men. We're all back in our cells, but every now and then there's a riot going on. There's a riot going on. There's a riot going on up in cell block number 9.
Riot in cell block number 9. Riot in cell block number 9. Got to turn that mic up. You know, I got to get it turned all the way up. But if I turn it up too much, my loud voice overtakes. So then I got to back up. And I say, oh, I can't see where I am. Let me put my glasses on. No, let me like squeeze through one eye and see if I could see where I am. See, there's a problem. What I want is to change my camera angle. I got to change this. I'm sorry, Tony Smith. I don't mean to do this to you, but I'm gonna have to change it because we need a little bit more of the waist on up. If we can get a little bit more of that, that's what will feel better. In our studios, we got studios here. This is a professional studio. Studio Chatter Radio. I have it decorated all kind of nice and everything because that's how I do my studios. And, well, this is the Twitch studio. Studio Chatter Radio, Studio CVVG and OMFUG. All right. Who else do I have to show? Tony Smith on sax. Okay. Tony Smith on sax. Tony Smith is my good friend. All right. My very good friend. And he's got a show here on Twitch. Well, he's got multiple shows here on Twitch, and he's doing great. You got to support. And I want you to check him out. He's got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Definitely check him out, especially on a Saturday night. I think that's key. I think you're going to get the best bang for your buck. And when I say buck, I'm talking about figuratively speaking. But you'll get the best music. I'll call it music. It's not music. And on a Saturday night, it's the best stuff. The other stuff is good. Check him out. I told him to put in the chat the times he's on Twitch, and I see he's doing that. So yeah, Saturday night is king. That's what he's saying. And yes, you got to hear Tony Smith on a Saturday night. There's nothing like Tony Smith on a Saturday night. Take it from me. I know. And I thank you all for being here. I do want to encourage you. Please do follow me here on Twitch. You know, you could be an onlooker and not follow me. You could do that. An on listener and not follow me. You don't have to, but I ask you. I respectfully request you're following me on Twitch. And if you haven't even made a Twitch account, well, please, make one. Make one. It doesn't cost you anything, really, to make the account. And it's kind of fun. Twitch has opened up some new doors for me. And I'm learning and hearing things I haven't heard before. It gives me good musical ideas and otherwise. And there's a rich community of opportunity. And I like to rhyme all the time. Sorry, I get so corny with it, but it comes out kind of naturally quite often. I just start doing it. I can't help myself. I don't do it every day, but I do it a lot. Like other things that we do in life. We don't do them every single day, but we do them a lot. There are some things we do every day. All right, so what do we hear? There's a riot going on up in cell block number 9. The Robins, once again. To hear from the Robins several times in one night. Now, that's a gift. That's a gift that only Christine Vitale's vocal groups and other music for undeniable gratification is going to give you. You're not going to get that in other places. I could assure you that nobody's going to be spinning multiple tunes of the Robins in one span of time that equals less than a half an hour. You're not going to get that. So this is the place to be. I encourage you. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern is what we do on the regular. And then there's other times where when the mood hits me, when the time slot is available, I jump on the Twitch stream for fun, for practice. I got a new piece of equipment here. I already had a new piece of equipment, but now I got a new piece of equipment. And learning it is a little different because it doesn't look the same and the viewing angles are not quite the same. So there's an adjustment to everything in life, but we adapt. We adapt. So I am doing a lot of this as much as I can, and I hope you'll join me. If you follow me, you might get a notification, and if you're able, jump on the stream. Join in the fun. We can party every day, party every night if we want to, this way. And it's kind of fun. And I like it. I like what we're doing here on Twitch and the community that we have established. I've shouted out some of you already. I don't see anybody new here, but I do see there are some new people here. I just can't see who they are. So let's see. I know you guys like to be acknowledged, and I like to acknowledge you, but I don't know if you could see what I have to do to do this. I got to move this computer like right up to my face while I'm talking right into the mic here. And who else is in the room? I know there's people here, but yeah, there's people. They're just not chatting right now at this moment that I could see. And if anybody wants to help me out and clue me in the chat room, who I should be acknowledging, I'm not going to be mad at that. I will appreciate you even more. What here next? Well, let's talk about what we just heard. We heard P.S. I Love You, the Four Vagabonds. Did you recognize P.S. I Love You? Did you know that version of P.S. I Love You? You may not have, but there you go. You got it. And we heard Maurice Williams and the Zodiacs. I did say golly gee. I hear my phone ringing. I hear my phone ringing at this hour. The office never closes here. All right, I don't know if you could hear it in the background. That's why I'm saying it. It's one of those phones that's attached to the wall. It's actually got a bell in it. And it's not a rotary phone. It is a push button, but I could pick it up and answer it, but I can't get very far. The cord only goes about 15, 20 feet maybe, tops. Maybe 20 feet tops. All right, we're going to move on. I've got for you next A Neighborhood Affair, the James Quintet. We're going to follow that up with A Tree in the Meadow by the Carnations and Never Let Me Go, the Roamers. I might be popping in here to talk in between. I'm just not sure how it's all going to go, but we're just going to try to let it flow. Here we go. Studio Chatter Radio.
The neighbors all miss you, my darling. When I walk alone, how they stare. They just can't understand why you changed that plan. It was a neighborhood affair. I stopped in at Doc's for a soda. The Smiths and the Joneses were there, and the gossip was free, all about you and me. It was a neighborhood affair. Our romance, you see, had grown to be the pride of our little community. Then you met somebody new, and you said our romance was through. But if you should have change of heart, dear, and decide we could still make a pair, everything is okay, darling. You name the day, and all the neighbors will be there. We'll have a neighborhood affair. Our romance, you see, had grown to be the pride of our little community. Then you met somebody new, and you said our romance was through. But if you should have change of heart, dear, and decide we could still make a pair, everything is okay, darling. You name the day, and all the neighbors will be there. We'll have a neighborhood affair. There's a tree in the meadow. There's an ocean like the sky.
me go, no, 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 no. Never let me go, no, no, no. Never let me go, no, 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 no. Come on and be mine. I love you so well. Say that you love me, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. Say that you love me, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. Say that you love me, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. I love you so much, I can't hardly see. You're the sweetest apple pie, oh my, oh my. The sweetest apple pie, my, my, my. The sweetest apple pie, oh my, oh my. When you hold my hand, my temperature rises. Come a little closer, don't you think it's too long? Cause I love you, yes indeed. Now just because I'm weak and baby you're strong, you go around torturing me. Never stop crying, baby, I'll be true, so true, so true. Oh, baby, I'll be true, so true, so true. Oh, baby, I'll be true, so true, so true. No, I'll never, never cheat on you. I never will be free, no, no, not me. I never will be free, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. I never will be free, no, no, not me. With your good loving, how happy I'd be. Baby, if you sing the through, you break my heart half in two. Now every time I think we might have to part, I don't know what to do. Never let me go, no, 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 no. Never let me go, no, 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 no. Never let me go, no, 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 no. You're my one idea, I love you so.
Sorry about that, people. A little bit of a delay there. When you don't have your glasses on, it's hard to see which buttons to press. And if I wear the glasses too much, then the headphones start to make the glasses hurt. So there's all that too. So there's a lot. There's a lot, and I'm trying to deal with it. Let us line up something by the Five Royales, because you know I gotta say this. I always say this. I've been known to say this. Can you see this? It's a package. The Five Royales complete package, Soul and Swagger. The complete Five Royales, 1951 to 1967. That is a mighty long-ass time for them to be recording. Most of these vocal groups did not have recording careers that lasted that length of time. Some of them did, but a lot of them did not. Look at all these cuts that are on the back. It is 5 CDs. 5 CDs of Five Royales grandeur. Let me tell you, there's hardly a crappy cut on here. There's a couple of dumb things, but most of them are pretty good. And I love my Five Royales because, I gotta have my Five Royales. This one is Just Can't Do Me This Way. You ready?
Say you're gonna leave me and this is the end. Just can't, no you just can't. You know I got your loving so deep within. Just can't, no you just can't. I've been through the water, I've been through the pool. Just can't, no you just can't. I found your loving to be real cool. Just can't, no you just can't. That's why I love you, baby. Just can't. Need you, baby. Just can't. I love you, baby. Just can't. I want you, baby. Just can't do me this way. Couldn't have been more because it wasn't too much. Just can't, oh no, you just can't. It couldn't have been your talking, must have been your touch. Oh, you just can't, oh no, you just can't. I've been to the north, I've been to the south. No, you just can't, oh no, you just can't. You know your loving really, really knocks me out. No, you just can't, oh no, you just can't. You know I just can't. I need you, baby. Just can't. Love you, baby. Just can't. I want you, baby. Just can't do me this way. I've been to the east, I've been to the west. Just can't, no, just can't. And I found your love to be the best. You just can't, that's why you just can't. Don't let me down, I'm depending on you. Just can't, oh no, you just can't. So come on and tell me what you're gonna do. You just can't, no, you just can't. That's why I need you, baby. Just can't. Want you, baby. Just can't. I love you, baby. Just can't. Need you, baby. Just can't. Come on. Just can't. Come on. Just can't. I love you, baby. Just can't. Come on. Just can't. Yeah. Just can't. Come on. Just can't. I need you, baby.
Just can't do me this way. The Five Royales. I gotta have my Five Royales. Yes, you just can't do me this way. One thing I want to say is shout out to you, Anne-Marie Constantinidis. I want to make sure I give you your just due. I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you. But I saw you in there earlier, and I wanted to make sure I got to you. I think I said everybody's name but yours. So I just want to make sure that I don't ignore you, because somehow you have a way of slipping through the cracks in some sort of way. It seems to happen just about every week, you know? And I do want to add, by the way, that in addition to this being Christine Vitale's vocal groups and other music for undeniable gratification, right here at Studio Chatter Radio, which you can access via Twitch, CVVG, and OMFUG, I do want to tell you, on Sundays, I'm in a different place. I go to a place called Hudson River Radio. That's up in Stony Point. I just drive up alongside the Hudson, up 9W, and I make my way over to Studio Chatter. Sorry, oops, faux pas. I can't say this up there. I could make that mistake here, but up there, Hudson River Radio. I go to Hudson River Radio, and I have given them for now, for use while I'm there, the group Harmony Alley, but that name stays with me wherever I go. The group Harmony Alley with me, your girl, Christine Vitale. 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Sundays at HudsonRiverRadio.com. And then from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., we've got the Rhythm, Rock, and Blues roller coaster. Now here, I've been going heavy on vocal groups so far because I see some vocal group people and enough of them that I feel compelled I got to serve their needs. But I'm about to switch it up in just a few minutes. We will be exploring other sounds for undeniable gratification. We will be doing that here. But over at Hudson River Radio, I do keep things separate. They like it that way. And I gotta say, it is a little easier in some ways. It does have its easiness in some ways. So I love my Five Royales. I can't get enough of the Five Royales. I gotta have my Five Royales. And I say that. I don't have the applause button to hit over here. I need my applause button back. I'm going to have to get that. I'm going to have to download one. Because I did have one. And I think I deleted it. Okay. Laundromat Blues. Don't rush, folks. Just take your time. Give my baby 30 minutes. And she'll make you lose your mind. Here we go. She's got the best machine in town. Hopefully you could hear it. Actually, you know what? I don't think you can. You know what? You can't hear it. You know why? Because I turned down the volume. So I'm going to turn it back up. And this will work. This will work. You know what? I got to fix the program. I'm having a problem. Houston. We've got a problem here. Not a major one. I'm going to get over this. I'm going to get over it. But I can't stop this machine. Because I did something. I pressed the button. All right, I'm going to figure that out. I got to put the glasses back on for it because I could tell. I just see a blur. Here we go.
Don't rush, folks. Just take your time. Give my baby 20 minutes and she'll make you lose your mind. My baby's got the best machine, the best washing machine in town. My baby's got the best machine, the best washing machine in town. She's got the very best equipment. There's no better machine to be found. Just bring your dirty clothes, bring all your dirty duds. Don't worry about no soap, her machine is full of suds. My baby's got the best machine, the best washing machine in town. Just relax and take it easy while the machine goes round and round. Customers always right, just don't overload her machine. The best washing machine in town. If you want to see smooth action, it will cost you 30 cents a pound. So treat my baby gentle, treat my baby kind, cause her kind of service nowadays is hard to find. She's got the best machine, the best washing machine in town. She can do it over and over, and her machine won't break down. What a machine!
Okay, so I think we're back to normal here. I fixed my settings. I'm good. I'm good to go. That's me, okay? Herculean, really. Not Hercules, but King Kong. I'm like King Kong. That's what I'm like. Say, look. Beat my chest. I beat my chest, just like a dude. Yes, like a dude. I'm wearing my girls' rock shirt, so I'm like a dude. That's what people say when I wear this shirt. So anyway, we are going to get into some other stuff. Now, recently, up at my Hudson River Radio shindig that I got going on a Sunday night, I start my group Harmony Alley at 6 p.m. From 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., it's all vocal groups at HudsonRiverRadio.com, HudsonRiverRadio.com. And then from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., it is the Rhythm, Rock, and Blues roller coaster. So not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before, I had some special guests with me. They joined me. They're called Jump Back. Jump Back. You see that? This is their new release, and maybe their very first release, their freshman release, for all I know. But they seem to be very experienced at playing, and they come from some area of South Jersey, somewhere near the Jersey Shore. I don't know exactly because that's not my area, and I go down there sometimes, but I don't know it like the back of my hand. So I want to share this release with you, though, because I told them I really like it. I'm going to do what I think is best here, and I'm going to shift gears. I'm going to shift gears because they deserve it. And this is Jump Back. The problem is figuring out what cut to play, but I think what I'm going to play is Blow the Roof, because that I've taken a liking to Blow the Roof. Maybe because I need a roof, and I'm going to get one, hopefully soon. What I need is time. And what we're going to do is play Blow the Roof. This is called Blues in the Red. That's the name of the release, the album. But Blow the Roof is the tune I've chosen. Now, sometimes I mark these things up because I've got to do that for ease of playing. But check them out. You can find them on Facebook. They are called Jump Back Band on Facebook. So check them out. This is Blow the Roof. Studio Chatter Radio.
Whiskey on the bar, jukebox gone off, fluffy like hot tar. Ladies crowded on the dance floor, gonna groove all night. Stay away from butcher woman, unless you're fit to fight, yeah. Sweat starting to pour. All the ice is melting. Jam packed through the door. Now it's starting to get closer to that time of night. Amplifiers cranking. The groove's out of sight, yeah. Ain't hell for the money. Just one blow rope off the joint.
So many pretty women every day. So many pretty women in every way. So many pretty women in every shade. Give me a pretty woman and I've got it made. So many pretty women, love those pretty women. Oh God, why are you teasing me? So many pretty women
is sweet. So many pretty women, the kind I'd like to meet. So many pretty women, voluptuous and round. Lots of pretty ones to go around. Jogging by the university, scores of pretty women jogging all around me. Weaving through the street, bobbing with each beat. Love them for their eyes, love them for their thighs, love them for their hair, love them you know where. Pretty women are my only care. So many pretty women on the train. So many pretty women on the plane. So many pretty women driving by in cars. So many pretty women on the streets and in the bars. I got those pretty women on my brain. Those pretty babes are driving me insane. Hey, Mr. Johnson, did you see what I just seen? Oh, did she look sexy? Oh, so sleek and lean. Did you see her from the front? Did you see her from behind?
Give me scoop that out. That's my wife.
Whoops, never mind. Oh, these pretty women got me buzzing like a bee. You know they're gonna be the death of me.
That right there is Mark the Harper. Mark the Harper. And he provided me with a whole bunch of his CDs once upon a time, so I held on to a few of them. I was giving them away as premiums for the fundraising, and I ran out of almost all of them. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to be totally out of this CD if I keep giving them all away. So I found a way to take a stash with me on my way out of the other place. And I am ready to play this other artist who contacted me and said, would you play my music? And I said, you know what? I will. And I got a thank you letter from his mother. This is Johnny T. Oh, wait. Okay, let me position this. Let's get into position. Feels good? Yeah. Johnny T. Bird and the MPs. And it's called Common Sense. And it's got some good cuts on it. I figure it does. Okay? That's his name on the $10,000 bill. And on the change. That's his face. Johnny T. Bird and the MPs. Now, he's from Wisconsin. He's not a local artist. Now, I mostly stick with the local artists, but you know what? I don't get enough local artists sending me things. So anybody who sends me something, if I like it, I'm going to play it. One of my pretty good friends, I'm going to call him a pretty good friend. I can't say more than that. Who's on the West Coast, will be a guest of mine soon on Hudson River Radio. It was going to be this coming Sunday, but now it's going to be the following Sunday. His name is Crazy Tomes, Tomes, and his name is Tomer Bolotnikov, and he's got a new release out. You know that if you've been following me for years, I've been playing the hell out of his previous release, The Imaginary World of Crazy Tomes, and also some of the other stuff that he's done with Gun Driver, a heavy metal band, because you know I love my heavy metal. I'm afraid to scare people off here by playing it, but I might start digging into some heavy metal a little bit more frequently. And right now, maybe isn't such a bad idea to start digging into it tonight. But first, Johnny T. Bird and the MPs. And this tune off this release, Can't Pick It Up. I like some of the stuff on here that I heard. I haven't heard the whole thing from beginning to end, so I'm still exploring. I like to do things in small steps. I work in steps. I can't just take everything all in at once, because then I feel I won't savor it the way I want to. So this is the way I operate. Let's listen to Johnny T. Bird and the MPs right now, right here at Christine Vitale's Vocal Groups and Other Music for undeniable gratification. Studio Chatter Radio, CVVG, and OMFUG.
And shoved. All in one thing to kill this mess. If my heart were to be weightless, cause it weighs too much. Ain't no bluff. I just had about enough. I just can't pick it up. No, I can't pick it up. Can't pick it up. I just can't pick it up. Help me!
See, isn't that kind of cool? I think that's cool. Nice, young-looking guy trying to make things happen for himself and his group. And I respect that. And I will do my best to play the cuts that I feel warrant playing. And maybe that means all of them, but I haven't explored all of them yet because I do things in Manageable bite sizes. That's the way I look at it. So Johnny T. Bird and the MPs. Common Sense is the name of the album. And you can find Johnny T. Bird on Facebook. I don't know where else you can find him because I haven't read all the fine print, but let me tell you, JohnnyTBird.com is what I just spotted right now. So again, this is what it looks like. It actually folds out. It's got a gatefold. It's kind of nice. And you know what I like about it? The texture. I like feeling this. I'm a person who feels a lot of sensitivity towards a lot of things, including the texture of something. I don't like touching CDs if they're too glossy. And one reason why is a very logical one. I can't write on it. I can't write my notes. I can't decide which cuts I want to play, which ones I think maybe I don't want to play. And I can't write my name on it. And I want to keep honest people honest. So when I go places with this, like up to Hudson River Radio, if I leave it behind, I don't want somebody to say, oh, there's nobody's name on here. I want them to say, oh, Christine Vitale. This is Christine Vitale's. We're going to leave it in her spot for her so that the next time she comes in, she's got it. You lose so many things, not because people want to steal from you, but because they see something and it's just lying around and they throw it aside and then eventually it goes in the trash. You never see it again. All right, up next, the latest release of Ace Frehley. Now, I've been supporting Ace Frehley for a long time. I am waiting for a call for an interview. Everybody gets an interview. How come I don't get an interview? I'm going to get one sooner or later, I hope. I'm just going to keep on trying. I mean, in COVID time, he's sitting at home giving everybody interviews. I got to be in line somewhere. I'm in the queue. I got to be in the queue. You hear me, Ace Frehley? In case you do, please reach out. Somebody from the team, reach out. This is Origins Volume 2. The first Origins was Volume 1, all covers. And this one is Volume 2. And one of my favorite tunes on here is the first one that I heard. And I'll play it for you right now. This is Space Truckin'. This is a Deep Purple cut. And, well, he gives it a spin here. I really like him doing covers. It's good stuff. Enjoy Space Truckin'.
Well, we had a
2 or 3 cuts a week, I'm in the queue. I just know it's true. I'm hoping. I got my fingers crossed. But I'm not going to lose sleep over it. I'll just hope for the best. I got the Raconteurs release here. Wait. Here. And I play this on a fairly regular basis, but I haven't played it in a long time. Jack White. I'm a big Jack White fan, reasonably big. I'm not huge. I'm not like the biggest in the whole wide world. But I like Jack White, and I like the Raconteurs, and I love Sunday Driver. We're going to listen to it right now, right here on Christine Vitale's Vocal Groups and Other Music for Undeniable Gratification, right here in our studio, Chatter Radio Studios, CVVG and OMFUG. So we're going to hear it right now. Sunday Driver. Sunday Driver. I think that is a winner for this evening. That is one of the most rockin' tunes that we've played for the evening. I do have to say, I feel that way. And of course, I like the Ace Frehley thing. And Joey Sendra says it blows away Blackmore's version. Now, I don't have a strong opinion about that, but anybody's entitled to theirs. I do think it sounds a lot more fresh, more modern, but it also is very customized towards his own personality. He's not just playing it for the sake of the song. He's playing it because he could relate it to his image. And he chooses a lot of material like that because it helps him sell records to the extent that he can. And it helps underscore his identity, which has been something that he gave away. He gave it up. And he's clutching to it. He's got his claws in it to cling to any remnants of it that he can, because that's what helps his image. Even though, he can't wear the makeup anymore, but he can wear a shirt with his makeup on. So that's a good thing. At least he's got the image, and he can sustain that pretty well because he's got a lot of good material with which to do that. What we heard before, I don't think I talked about Mark the Harper, where he's from. And somebody did text me, where is Mark the Harper from? He's from the Bronx, and he still lives over there. And he had a career, an international career, maybe in the 90s touring. But lately, I'm not so sure he's following this music career anymore. But that is what, he asked me not to talk about what he's doing these days. So I'm just going to say he's still out in the Bronx. I'm not so sure he would do any touring anymore. And at this point, I don't think he's doing too much in the way of music at all. Because, well, how many people can do too much with music? There are ways, if you're crafty, if you're creative, and if you have opportunity, you can manage. But it's limited for everybody. This is Christine Vitale's Vocal Groups and Other Music for Undeniable Gratification. It's my pleasure to be here on a Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, Studio Chatter Radio. And I am exploring other sounds. This is other music for Undeniable Gratification right now. We did play a lot of vocal groups before, and, well, we're about halfway through. We're not even, and I could go as long as I want. And if I could stay awake, I could be here if I felt up to it. And we've got lots of music to share. I want to talk about this next artist, even though she released her album not that recently. It's a few years old now, couple few years old. I'm talking about Tal Wilkenfeld. I had my first chance to see her with Victor Wooten back in 2009, I think it was. And it was a show featuring all sorts of bass players, and everybody made a guest appearance that I could think of or that was in the New York area at the time. It was at B.B. King's in Midtown. And I enjoyed it very much. And it was many years since I would have had the chance to see Tal Wilkenfeld again. And I kind of blew it. She was opening up for The Who, and I didn't get the chance to catch that tour. But I have this tune, and I love the tune of, well, this tune from the album Love Remains. There's not a bad song on it, in my view. So let's listen right now to Hard to Be Alone. And I hope I got this thing set up right. I just hope I do. Ready, set, go. Hard to Be Alone. This was her vocal debut album. So let's check it out right here at Christine Vitale's Vocal Groups and Other Music for Undeniable Gratification.
Crying in the night, oh, won't you hold me? Dark spin of the space. The heartbeats you skip, they stare you in the face. It's the fear of this. You think the noise will erase, but it just prolongs. When you burn like fire, you feel your heart cracking like a stone. Now that everything is on the wire, it's so damn hard to be alone. Maybe we're all in cages, both our own doing, our own device, for viewing all different stages. And you can try to get out of this crowded house, this glass home, but it's so damn hard to be
I think that rocks, don't you? I think it does. And it's got a lot of great cuts on there. So I present it to you in case you don't know who she is. And, you know, she's best known for her bass playing, but she considers herself primarily a singer-songwriter. And her favorite instrument is playing bass. I mean, playing bass is probably her choice, her first choice, but she plays guitar as well. And she's very versatile. It's nice to be able to hear her voice for the first time on this record when it came out. That was a treat. I didn't know what to expect, but I knew it was going to be something good. And it's actually a very mature themed recording, especially for someone who seems so young. And it's a good album. I'm flipping through my 5 Royales once again because I'm trying to find the cuts that I really want to play and share with you. I got to learn how to position this without hiding my face and without hiding too much of the CD. This is Soul and Swagger. When this thing came out, I mean, it's chock full of stuff here. It was quite an expensive package, but a good one to enjoy and read all about the career of the 5 Royales and have pretty much every piece, every recording that they made on here. And this was a 2014 release. And when this came out, I couldn't be more excited. The Five Royales are like one of my favorite vocal groups. So I'm trying to line up the cut that I was hoping for. Let me just double check that I did this right, because I was so distracted by the music that I was listening to. It was hard to concentrate. So I am just double checking my settings. Got to double check. Got to make sure you do things right. And that you announce it the right way. So there's two versions of this song. And this one, I think I'm going to probably take the version that they released instead of the alternate take, even though there's something that I like about the alternate take. But the release version is a little bit more polished, if we want to call them polished, the Five Royales polished. But I do want to say, a lot of their success was because of their songwriting and their lead guitar player, Loman Pauling, who influenced a lot of guitar players and is a name worthy to be reckoned with. And I still say this, and so do many people, especially vocal group aficionados. They say, if there was no Loman Pauling, there would have been no Jimi Hendrix. And that may be a bold thing to say to somebody who really loves Jimi Hendrix, but I feel very strongly about that. And we've felt that way in our vocal group community for a long time, given Jimi Hendrix's influence and Loman Pauling. So let's listen to the Five Royales right here, The Summer, the Slum. Here we go.
Don't try to figure out where I come from. Now don't try to figure out where I come from. I could be a smart guy from Wall Street. I could be the purple people leader's son. But I can do the somebody stop. Do you hear? Somebody stop. Oh yeah. Somebody stop. I can do the somebody stop. Oh yeah. I can do the somebody stop. Oh somebody stop. I can do the somebody stop. Oh yeah. Somebody stop. I can do the somebody stop. Somebody stop. Stop. Now there's only one difference between me and you. There's only one difference between me and you. You got money in your pocket, and I've got a hole in my shoe. All from doing the somebody stop. Do you hear? Oh yeah. All from doing the somebody stop. Oh yeah. All from doing the somebody stop. I can do the somebody stop. Oh yeah. All from doing the somebody stop. I can do the somebody stop. Oh yeah. Somebody stop. I can do the somebody stop. Oh yeah. Somebody stop. Hey, hey, somebody stop. I can do the somebody stop. Oh yeah. Somebody stop. Oh yeah. Somebody stop. Oh yeah. I can do the somebody stop. Stop.
Yes, I got to have my Five Royales. I needed another dose. And I might be reverting back to some of the vocal group stuff in just a short while. But I do want to say one of my other favorite groups who I made friends with a long time ago are the Rubinoos from the West Coast. And this is my story with the Rubinoos. I met first the Mighty Echoes, and I didn't know that there was any connection to the Rubinoos, but I had them on my show at the other station at the time when I was doing the Group Harmony Alley, where I initially created the Group Harmony Alley. And we were having our interview segment, and I was talking about my growing up years and my being a Kiss fan. And then suddenly, John Rubin said, well, I also have another group that I lead called the Rubinoos. And I said, the Rubinoos? I didn't know that John Rubin was one of the Rubinoos. And this may sound very teenagery of me, a teeny bopper-like, but I remember the Rubinoos from reading all those Teen Beat magazines, 16 magazine, when I was in my in the throes of my Kiss fandom, I would go out and buy all these magazines because there was a Kiss picture on the front cover. And so through that, I learned about this other group called the Rubinoos. And I never heard the Rubinoos. All I did was see a lot of pictures of them and think that some of the stuff that I was seeing and reading was pretty cool. Like, even if it was very teenager-like their, favorite color, fave food, fave thing to do, all of that stuff that they would put in magazines like 16 Magazine or Super Teen or Teen Beat, that kind of stuff. So fast forward to these years later, the Rubinoos have also become good friends of mine. They still tour. Well, they have recently toured and went to Japan, went to Europe, and their latest release was an album that came out in 2019 called From Home. They recorded it from home, even though it was pre-pandemic. And when I first heard it debuted, it was on a radio station that plays alternative stuff, and I knew that they were coming out with something because I stay in touch with them, but I didn't get the chance to hear it. But I was so pleased to know that upon its debut, this station that they have a strong connection with decided to make a big deal about the album and give them their interviews and gave them their whole segment. And I said to myself, I want to be able to do that too one day with them. But that time has not come yet. But when things start to change, maybe I will share the spotlight with the Rubinoos or put the spotlight on the Rubinoos so that people can enjoy them a lot more. And there's a lot to their story, honestly. Like, for example, well, let me not get into it. I don't want to keep babbling. I want to play something from their release. This was the first tune I heard from the album From Home, and I'm going to play it for you right now. This is called Phaedra, and I guess that's the woman's name. It's always about a girl. So let's see if we could get this thing cracking. All right, here we go.
Masterpiece, so everyone can see what I see. I'll mix the colors till they explode with every line and master stroke. I'm gonna capture here and ever after everything you are to me. Ooh, Phaedra, goddess of an ancient age. Of love to come down here and release me. Don't need no greasy kid stuff, no, no, no. I'll be your king and you'll be my queen.
Isn't that sweet? And very pop-oriented. I feel like it brought me right back to my teenage years. Not my heavier listening music, but the stuff that I was hearing in the 70s. And some of the stuff that when I started listening to the Rubinoos, they actually sounded just like I pictured them to sound. And they're pretty versatile. I do want to say, there was a story where they created this song, I Want to Be Your Boyfriend, and Avril Lavigne, Canadian artist, took that song and took a portion of that song and called it Girlfriend. So I Want to Be Your Boyfriend was the Rubinoos, and Girlfriend was Avril Lavigne. And when the Rubinoos went to court, they made out all right, because you can, even though it's not a replica of the song, you can hear she definitely borrowed significantly from the Rubinoos songwriting. I want to point out this too. They've got this children's album, and I love it. It is a children's album. Some of it sounds too much for children, for me, but the artwork looks like hair pomade, old-fashioned hair pomade, and I don't know why I'm such a spaz. I can't figure out the right placement for this without covering my whole face. All right, half a face is better than none, or maybe better than the whole face. But check this out. The hair pomade was created by John Rubin, who's a graphic artist, and I think he's brilliant with the stuff that he does. And this is the back cover of it. When I open it up on the inside, I love this, too. Now, they did covers here by The Who, like Boris the Spider. They do Boris the Spider and, well, a whole bunch of other stuff. But one of the things, and some of it really does sound like it's very oriented towards children. But one of the things that they did was they covered a vocal group song, The Eternals, who came from the Bronx, the first Puerto Rican group of any note, vocal group that is, who came from the Bronx and did this tune, Rockin' in the Jungle. We should probably hear The Eternals, and then we could hear... let's listen to the Rubinoos first, and then we'll hear the Eternals version, and that'll bring us back into a few vocal group segments, or a few vocal group cuts as a segment, so that I don't drive some people crazy and out of here if the stuff is too hard and heavy for them that they're hearing right now. Because I love it both ways. I can shift gears at the snap of a finger. It's effortless for me. But not everybody's like this. Vocal group fans tend to really only like vocal groups. That is a bit of a quandary here, but nothing insurmountable. Nothing we can't get over. I do want to thank everybody who's been listening. I do see that, we've got a number of people, like Florida Stan has checked into the program. Good to see you, Florida Stan. I know that some others, a couple maybe may not still be with us. Maybe the heaviness of some of the music scared them off. But what can you do? Can't please everybody. But I think if you're open-minded and you embrace music the way I do, you will learn to love all kinds of sounds. And that's why we have this here. Brian Millen has checked in. Brian, I haven't seen you in I don't know how long. I don't see you on Sundays popping into the Hudson River Radio Show, so I'm glad to see you here. Follow me there, follow me here. I'm pleased to know you're out there, Brian. Good looking out to find me and check me out. All right, here we go. I'm going to hear something by the Rubinoos, and hopefully you'll hear it too if I set this up properly. Let's get this thing right. The Rubinoos doing Rockin' in the Jungle, the tune that the Eternals gave them, and, well, they did this version. And remember, it was done for children. So if it sounds a little like that, it's a reason. This whole project was marketed to kids. All right, here we go.
Bow, 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 dancing everywhere, all over the world, even in the jungle, laughing is the word. Bow, 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 ding, ding, dong, wow, ding, ding, dong, wow, ding, ding, dong, wow. Everyone is dancing, yes
yes and gay. Cheetah Boy and Tarzan, even Jane, rocking through the trees with a jungle harmony, dancing till the morning with this crazy beat. Ding ding dong, wahoo. Ding ding dong, wahoo. Ding ding dong, wahoo.
Bow, bow, bow.
Here comes Boy singing a song, and Cheetah listening. He says he's kind of slow. Cheetah turns and says, "Hey, boy!"
Now give me right this tough man, the kind that makes me go. We'll try and get together to have me for change.
Shake, little girl, shake, shake away.
Let's all get together and have a good time.
We all dance together, rocking through the night. Ding ding dong, wahoo. Ding ding dong, wahoo. Ding ding dong, wahoo.
The Rubinoos, Rockin' in the Jungle, and now the Eternals, the original Rockin' in the Jungle. And you know, it's worth noting the Eternals re-recorded theirs too for 2001. I think there was a brand new Eternals album. Well, when I say brand new, I mean it was brand new, but it contained a lot of re-recorded songs. Some people have issues with that. I think that the way that they handled it was very good. It was more up to date in terms of its production, but it was much more polished than even the original recordings, and the sonic quality was much better. So I'm in favor of that, and their voices were really good, at least at that time. Now, it worked for me. It was a strong release put out by Clifton Records, not one that I had anything to do with. That was when I wasn't involved at that point, but it was a strong album. So I'm not just being biased. It was one of the more prolific releases of Clifton Records of the year 2001. And I do applaud the bold move made to put that out. And it actually sold really well. So good for Clifton Records at the time. Good for the Eternals. Let's listen to their original Rockin' in the Jungle. So it's going to sound different. I hope you're ready. Here we go. This is Christine Vitale's vocal groups and other music for Undeniable Gratification. Studio Chatter Radio. Here we go. Well, wait a second. You know what? Got to turn the volume up. I forgot about that part. It's important. It has a lot to do with it. All right. Ready? Here we go.
Dancing everywhere, all over the world, even in the jungle, laughing is the word.
Boom, boom, boom.
Ding, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong.
Everyone is dancing, yes and gay. Cheetah Boy and Tarzan, even Jane, swinging from the trees with a jungle harmony, rocking till the morning with his bass beat.
Ding, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong.
There comes Boy singing a song, and Cheetah listening says it's kinda slow. Cheetah turns and says, "Hey, boy!"
Give me rocking stuff, man, the kind that makes me go. Let's get together, happy for
peanut butter, creamy peanut butter, chunky peanut butter too. Come on now, take a listen. Peanut, peanut butter. Spread it on a cracker. Peanut, peanut butter. Open up your jaw now, man. Peanut, peanut butter and jelly. That's what I like. Peanut. I don't mind it on celery either. Now, score. I like peanut butter, creamy peanut butter, chunky peanut butter too. Well, I went to a dinner and what did they eat? Peanut butter. Well, I took a big bite and it stuck to my teeth. Peanut butter. Now everybody looks like they got the mumps. He loves peanut butter. He eats his peanut butter in a great big bowl. He loves peanut butter. 'Cause I like peanut butter, creamy peanut butter, chunky peanut butter too. That's right. You know what? I like peanut butter. Say it again. Creamy peanut butter. Tell me about it. Chunky peanut butter too.
I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist one more from the Rubinoos, so I took it. I took it and I played it. I couldn't help it. I just had to do it. I had to do it. And, well, that was from that children's album, the Rubinoos, and, of course, Peanut Butter. They added their own sense of humor to something that was already humorous in its own right. So we will move on from that. And I've got something for you, by Richard Berry and the Pharaohs, and I'm going to follow it up with the Sonics. So we're going to go from 1959, a 1959 recording, to a 1965 recording. And we're going to make this happen. And then we're going to hear some other stuff too, because I've got even some feeling about wanting to hear a little bit of a cappella. Because we have time. We do have some time. In fact, I have all night. Not all night, but I have probably until midnight if I wanted to. I could be here. And maybe I will. I just don't know yet. Depends on how tired I get. But right now, I'm not tired. Okay, Richard Berry wrote this tune, just like he wrote Louie Louie. And Louie Louie was covered and it made millions for the group who covered it. He sold the rights to it. He later got them back, but not long before he passed away. Well, he recorded this with the Pharaohs. I'm pretty sure it was the Pharaohs. Yeah, because Richard Berry got around. But this was with the Pharaohs on the Flip label. This is a Flip, the Best of Flip, Volume 1. A Casual Look is what they called this because that's the first tune, Trudy Williams and the 16s. But we're going to hear Richard Berry and the Pharaohs from Flip Records out in California, in L.A. This is Have Love Will Travel.
Have love. Well, baby, now we'll travel. Say, I have love. Yeah, I will travel. And I say, if you need a loving man, we'll travel. Say, I will travel from Maine to Mexico. I'm trying to find the girl to love me so. No matter where I go, no matter where I be, I just can't find the girl to satisfy me. Have love. Well, baby, now we'll travel. Say I have love. Yeah, we'll travel. And baby, if you need a loving man, we'll travel. Say I'm traveling light, not heavy, babe. So look for me to come past your way. I got arms full
like a railroad train. Your kind of love drives a man insane. So look for me walking just any old way. Have a love, oh, wow, baby, I will travel. Yeah, have a love, oh, pretty baby, I will travel. Oh, yeah, I said, if you need a loving, then I'll travel. Oh, I said, if you need a loving, then I'll travel.
Released in 1965. Big difference from 1959 to 1965, and that was a very garage sound. All that distortion was kind of a popular movement back then. And I almost feel like Little Steven doing Little Steven's Underground Garage show, because that's the kind of stuff that he would play. And maybe I kind of look like him too, a little, because I got the bandana on, and, well, he always wears that bandana. Let's listen to some more Richard Berry and the Pharaohs, because one of the tunes that he recorded with the Pharaohs was something that, I don't talk about this often, but I will say one of my fonder memories of my father was him singing this song to me. Not like this, not this version, but singing me this song, You Are My Sunshine. And I think maybe we'll hear, if we can, two versions of You Are My Sunshine. If I could dig up another one really quick. You ready? You ready? I'm waiting for you to answer. Okay, it seems like you're ready. I do want to say thanks all for listening. I appreciate all the chatting. It seems to have died down a bit. I like a lively chat room. Everybody does. On Twitch, that's the thing to do. And to be responsive. But you know what I did? I refreshed my screen, so now I lost some of the chat. I did a refresh because, well, I was dumb. I just did that. So let's listen right now to You Are My Sunshine.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when the skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken, and I hung my head and cried. You are because I love you so, and I'll never let you down. You are because you're mine, oh mine, darling, all of the time. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. Please don't take my sunshine away. No, please don't take my sunshine away.
You Are My Sunshine by Richard Berry and the Pharaohs. And we're going to go to You Are My Sunshine by the Rivingtons. Now, this sounds very different, and both groups were from California, just very different. The Rivingtons came on the scene during the 60s dance craze, so almost everything, I should say, they did centered on that movement. And it's not necessarily the most desirable movement for people who really love vocal groups. They got caught up all in that, but they had better sounds pre-60s dance craze, and they came from, they had some good veteran status within them, especially the lead vocalist, Carl White. So let's listen to the Rivingtons doing their version of You Are My Sunshine. And my father definitely didn't sing this version either. This is like the furthest thing from anything he would sing to me. Here we go.
Whoa, yeah. Yeah. I won't know do it make it feel all right. The other night, as I lay sleeping, girl, I did not tell you, I ran ahead in my home. But when I woke up this morning, found I was mistaken. You know that I hung my head and cried. Still, you are my sunshine. You are my sunshine. Oh, my only sunshine. Little girl, you make me happy. When the skies are gray. Oh, you'll never know how much I love you. I don't want you to take my sunshine away. Tell me what's different. That you really love me. And no one else could ever come between you. But now you left me. And shadow all of my dreams. Still, you are my sunshine. You are my sunshine. Every day you my sunshine. Girl, you make me happy. You make me happy. When the skies are gray. You never know how much I love you. I don't want you to take my sunshine. If you love me, don't take my sunshine. Baby, if you need me, don't take my sunshine. Hey girl, if you want me, don't take my sunshine. I don't want you to take my sunshine. Don't take my sunshine. I don't want you to take my sunshine. I don't want you to take my sunshine. My sunshine away. Shine. Oh.
You Are My Sunshine. To the Rivingtons, we pay a little bit of a tribute right now because I'm going to pick on another Rivingtons tune. One of the ones that I like that, well, I will say, it's really short. It's really a short song, and it's happy. And I need some feelings of happiness right about now. I'm looking for them. Can't be singing the blues every day and every night and playing them every day and every night, although I like them a lot. Let us play right now the Rivingtons with Happy Jack right here on Christine Vitale's Vocal Groups and Other Music for Undeniable Gratification. Studio Chatter Radio. Yes, we have our studio. This is a studio. It's a real live studio right now. CVVG and OMFUG.
There goes Happy Jack, stepping out, my oh my. I've never seen a happy guy. Yes, and here's one thing that's a natural fact. There goes Happy Jack, always clean when he makes a scene. He's got all the fellas chicks in his pretty machine. Boy, I wish that I could live like that. Look yonder, there goes Happy Jack.
There goes Happy Jack. Always happy. And I wish that I could be like that. But we sometimes feel the blues and we sometimes play the blues. And I've got something that's very blue of a vocal group nature for you, the Dominoes. And since we're getting towards the Halloween holiday and we're in Halloween season, and I dig Halloween season, I sometimes look to play some of the more spooky things or scary things, eerie, dark, ominous, that kind of stuff. And, well, Clyde McPhatter is the perfect lead singer for the job. And the group, with their very ultra-low harmony, is the Dominoes. Nobody sings lower than the Dominoes in terms of overall harmony. So let us play right now, the Bells. This is a funeral, really. This is a funeral, and it's sad. But we'll get through it together without shedding tears ourselves. Good to see everybody still who are in the chat room remaining, like Brian Millen, AMC Music Mom, Aero Dude, and Florida Stan, who have still popped in, making comments. Thank you. I appreciate your presence, and I appreciate your interaction. Makes me feel I'm doing something right here. So, again, thanks for being here. I know we win some, we lose some, but that's the nature of the beast. The Bells, the Dominoes, on the Federal label, 1950-51, I think. Here we go.
Brothers and sisters, we are gathered here.
Therefore, black horses with eyes of flaming red, there are roses tied with ribbons all around my baby's head. The bells are ringing, and they say I'll go and see. Well, I know why they're ringing. They're ringing out for me. Baby, please forgive me. I know I've caused you pain. I've replaced your tears with diamonds just to see your face again. The bells are ringing, and they say I ought to go and see. Yes, I know why they're ringing. They're ringing out for me.
Ashes to ashes, and dust to dust.
the great Clyde McPhatter, and The Bells by the Dominoes. And that was in New York City back in 1951, I do believe. The answer to that, out on the West Coast, because the West Coast always had to try to do what the East Coast was doing, was Donald Woods and the Velaires. Velaires. And they did this, Death of an Angel. Same premise, a little bit different. Who does it better? Who does Death better? The East Coast with the Dominoes or the West Coast with Donald Woods and the Velaires? Here it goes.
My baby's gone and left me all alone. My baby's gone and she left me alone, so alone. I want my baby home. Ooh. I still remember the day she went away. That was the day my angel left me to stay. Oh no, no, I want my baby home. Ooh, I know that she is gone. That was the death of an angel, don't know why. I want to be beside her, but I'm afraid to die. Oh, I want my baby back home. I want my baby home. I know that she is gone, but still I want her home. Ooh.
Okay, so who did it better? Who does Death better in song? The Dominoes with Clyde McPhatter on the lead, or Donald Woods and the Velaires? Because that was the answer to The Bells. And Death of an Angel was the song that we just heard by Donald Woods and the Velaires. One distinctive difference is Donald Woods, who supposedly, according to everything I've read, had a really big ego, insisted his name be out front. Donald Woods and the Velaires. He suffered from lead singer syndrome. I'm the greatest lead singer in the world syndrome. And Clyde McPhatter, who I know was very proud of his own voice and knew how much he did for the Dominoes, didn't have the opportunity to have his name out front at all. That was Billy Ward's Dominoes, and Billy Ward was the taskmaster who kept Clyde McPhatter in line until Clyde McPhatter got really tired of being in the shadow of Billy Ward, and he moved on and joined the Drifters and had some success with them. And then he got tired of that and he moved on and he had a little bit more success. And then he had nothing. And that's the way things go. I mean, at the time where he was getting on in years, and I don't mean on late because he died quite young. He did say so many people love him and think he's wonderful, and he doesn't even have enough money to buy a Coca-Cola. That's what he was saying. We will take a break from death for the moment, and we'll talk about some a cappella. How about it? How about it? So I have in front of me something that is a cover. I don't want to show you because I'm not proud of this work. This was actually supposed to be a rough draft of what I envisioned as a cover, and the printing company just shot my rough version, and they called it the cover. I have Choice, Jersey City's Bad Boys of Acapella. My favorite acapella group of all time, with whom I have been intrinsically connected, inseparable, until the point came at which they threw in the towel. And they had to. I understand. They didn't have too many options unless they wanted to change their sound, because it's really hard to find singers who can sing in this kind of style. Everybody who shows up for an audition has this they suffer from lead singer syndrome. I'm the greatest lead singer in the world, and I actually don't even know really anything about harmony, but I'm still the greatest lead singer in the world, and you guys are going to conform to me. Well, that's not going to work. That didn't work out for Choice after having been together 30 plus years. That's just not something that was going to fly. So they threw in the towel. We will listen to 2 cuts by Choice, and then we're going to move on to Steve Dunham, who released his own new release. Well, his own. It's called On My Way to the Corner. Stevie Dunham. And we'll play that after this. And I need to figure out what I'm going to play first. Okay, let's do this. Haven't played this in a long time. Haven't played Choice in a long time, except for Old MacDonald. Old MacDonald Had a Farm, the version I played because we put that up as a match against the 5 keys. But we're not doing that tonight. What we're going to do is explore some of the more spiritual sounds, but not quite spiritual. Almost spiritual. Because one of the tunes that we're going to hear is One More River. Now, this One More River is a secularized version of what was One More River to Cross. Sam Cooke and the Soul Stirrers did One More River to Cross. Choice were big Sam Cooke fans. And a group called the Classicals in 1963 recorded for the Kent label One More River, but they secularized it. Choice heard that version, and there was, quite honestly, some really off notes in it. They fixed that up, and they did their version. And then we're going to play another version, or another tune, that was also done by Sam Cooke and the Soul Stirrers, only this is a spiritual tune. So we're going to hear 2 in a row. 1, One More River, and 2, Touch the Hem of His Garment. And this is Choice, Jersey City's Bad Boys of Acapella with Easy doing the lead vocal. Lots of people already know that, but I'm just pointing it out. Here we go. Choice.
Whoa, I left my little girl a long time ago to return to her before long. Mr. River, Mr. Mountain, Mr. Bending the Road, I'd like to go home to my love. One more river to cross. One more river before I'll be in your arms. One more mountain to climb. One more mountain, and I'm gonna taste your lips of wine. Ooh, one more bend in the road. One more bend in the road, and I'll be home in your arms. One more river to cross. One more river
Classicals did it in 1963, and Choice did it later on, adapting their a cappella version to what the Classicals did. And quite frankly, they had to clean that one up big time. But Sam Cooke and the Soul Stirrers, when they did their One More River to Cross, that was impeccable. That was spotless. No cleanup needed there. And I don't have my mic all the way up. Sorry. Hope you heard me. I hope you heard me, but it's okay if you didn't. Life will go on, and what we're going to do next is touch the hem of his garment. Some people love this stuff because of the spiritual message. Some people love it just because of the sound. And I kind of like it because of both. I love the early spirituals from those gospel quartets of the 1940s. Not only because it sounds good, but the message does resonate with me, and it did a lot to, it did a lot, really, in a lot of ways for me. So enjoy this. It's not Sam Cooke and the Soul Stirrers. It's Choice, Jersey City's Bad Boys of Acapella, but that's not too shabby. Let's give it a shot, shall we?
Whoa, there was a woman back in the Bible days. She had been sick so very long. When she heard my Jesus was passing by, and she joined the gathering throng. And while she was pushing her way through, someone asked her, "What are you trying to do?" She said, "If I could just touch the hem of his garment, you know that I'll be made whole. Oh, yes, I will." She stood right there crying, "Oh, Lord." Whoa, 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 whoa. She said, "If I could just touch the hem of his garment, you know that I'll be made whole. Oh, yes, I will." Oh, she spent the money here and there until she had no more to spare. The doctors, they did all they could, but their medicine went to no good. When she touched the Savior, didn't see, but still he turned around and cried, "Somebody touch me." She said, "It was I who just wanted to touch the hem of his garment. You know that I'll be made whole. Oh, yes, I will." She stood right there crying, "Oh, Lord." Whoa, whoa, Lord. Whoa, 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 whoa. She said, "If I could just touch the hem of his garment, you know that I'll be made whole. Oh, yes, I will." Oh, she spent her money here and there until she had no more to spare. The doctors, they did all they could, but their medicine would do no good. When she touched the Savior, didn't see, but still he turned around and cried, "Somebody touch me." She said, "It was I who just wanted to touch the hem of his garment. You know that I'll be made whole. Oh, yes, I will." She stood right there crying, "Oh, Lord." Whoa, 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 whoa. She said, "If I could just touch the hem of his garment, you know that I'll be made whole. Oh, yes, I will."
Choice remembers the late, great, immortal Sam Cooke.
Now to Stevie Dunham and his Night Owl version. Tony Allen and group? Or Tony Allen and the Night Owls. Yeah. And the song Night Owl. You ready? This is a cappella. And it's new from Stevie Dunham. There's no... Okay, streetcornerentertainment.com. Streetcornerentertainment.com for more info and everything else you want to know. Contact Steve Dunham. You can find him actually on Facebook. Stevie Dunham. Dunham. Here we go.
Way
walking through that front door, yeah. Try to tell you, baby, I don't love you no more. Well, now you try to tell me what a fool you've been. Well, it's all over. Yeah, I know what you've been putting down. Yeah, baby, there's no need to hang around so night out. Don't be maybe so long. Yeah, night out on your merry way. Well, I know what you've been putting down, baby, there's no need to hold me tight now, so night out, don't be maybe so long. Well, night out, be on your merry way. Be on your merry way. Be on your merry way.
Stevie Dunham and Night Owl, Tony Allen and the Champs. That's who. It's not Tony Allen and the Night Owls. It's Tony Allen and the Champs. Specialty Records, I do believe. Let me double check that. Is where that came from, because I know for collectors, I got to get that right. If I don't, I'm sure I'll be corrected, which I don't mind one bit, but I was right. And Stevie articulated each word of that tune very carefully. He didn't cut any corners. He doesn't mumble his words. He articulates. So that's to his credit. We're going to hear more from this. But right now, before we do that, we're going to hear Night Owl as it was recorded by Tony Allen and the Champs. Nice to revert back to the original version because it also helps warm people up to a cappella. Because sometimes the a cappella is too much of a shock to people's ears if they're not oriented towards a cappella. But I play it because there's nothing more pure. Frankly, I can't justify somebody who says that they're a vocal group fan, but then they say, but I can't stand that a cappella. Well, then you're not really a vocal group fan. Sorry, but you're not. If you don't appreciate the actual core of what you're saying that you love, then, and you can only tolerate it if it comes with a beat, then you're not really pure. And you're not really a fan. Sorry. That's how I feel. I don't mean to offend anybody. I hope there's nobody out there who is getting offended at the fact that I'm sharing that opinion, but that is a purist's opinion. And it's not just my opinion, it's a lot of people's, but I do want to say thank you all for participating, and especially in the Death in Song contest between the Dominoes doing the Bells and Donald Woods and the Valairs doing Death of an Angel. We had a few votes, and I think we had a tie as far as I could see, or maybe Clyde McFadder and the Dominoes won by 1 vote. And I want to say, shout out to Tony Smith, who checked back in. He's surprised. He says, you're still here, going strong. Well, technically, I announced this from 7 to 10, and I'm glad I'm still here and going strong. I'm strong. Like, check this out. I should show you my muscles, actually. I'm not going to do that right now, though. They're not that impressive anyway, so you're not really missing anything. But I want to say thanks for stopping in again, Tony. And Butternut Dave has made my night. When I see Butternut Dave pop into a room, the Twitch room, I feel good about that. And when he pops up on Hudson River Radio, because I really am flattered that he's a follower. And it seems like he would be an unlikely follower, but he's a follower. I couldn't be more happy. It touches my heart. You can't see my heart right now. I'd have to back up. It's over here. But it is to your credit and to my liking, Butternut Dave, that you've popped into the room. Brian Millen, thank you. Anne-Marie Constantinidis, I'm going to keep going for a little while longer because I know I said until 10, but I feel like I've got work to do. I've got more work to do here. So let us play more. Tony Allen and the Champs, Night Owl. And I love this because it's fun. Even though the theme of the song, if you listen to the lyrics, that part's not fun, but the way it flows, it sure is. So are you ready? I am. Right here at Christine Vitale's Vocal Groups and Other Music for Undeniable Gratification, Studio Chatter Radio, CVVG and OMFUG.
Night owl, walking through the front door. Night owl, thought I told you, baby. Night owl, I don't love you no more. Night owl, way yeah, now you're trying to tell me. Night owl, what a fool you be. Yes, but it's all over. Yeah, yeah. Yes, I know what you've been put down. Yeah, baby, 'cause the over time, so long, don't mean maybe so long. Way down, I'll be on your merry way.
Desert shadows creep across purple sands. Natives kneel in prayer by their caravans. They're silhouetted under an eastern star. I see my long-lost blossom of Shelma. You, Miss Lou, are the moon and the sun, fairest one. Old temple bells are calling across the sand. We'll find our kismet answering love's command. Our love. Ah, Miss Lou.
You know what's interesting? What's interesting about that tune is that they have an oboe. You don't hear that in vocal groups, but that was Ms. Lou. You don't hear an oboe used in a vocal group tune, but you hear it here on Ms. Lou. Of course, it needed it. It needed something like that to capture the feel of that very famous, I guess it's a folk tune that goes back to Greece or Turkey, that region. I think they're feuding over it, more than likely. No, I don't know if they feud over that, but let's just say they feud over things. One of the other rare musical instruments used in vocal groups is also done by the Cardinals. This is the Cardinals, by the way, with their Ms. Lou. Cardinals came from Baltimore. Sorry, but I have to keep coming off mic to check what the cut I'm lining up. Just hang on. Okay, I got it lined up. The use of a harp is also highly uncommon. I can maybe only think of one other tune in this genre, and I don't know all the tunes. I mean, there's thousands of songs. There's thousands of them. I don't know them all, but I have a pretty good knowledge, a pretty wide range of knowledge, and I can only think of one other tune that uses a harp. But I wanted to play this one because they include that, and I like it. It's beautiful. Ernie Lee Warren was one of the most smooth, lilting lead vocalists of this era, and I liked his voice a lot, and I had the chance to meet him. That made it a little bit more special. I want to thank Tony Smith on sax. Tony Smith has, you can put your information into the chat box as to when you take the Twitch stream, because I know it's multiple times a week, and I know we let you do that a little bit early on, but hey, do it again. I need people chatting. Speedo 232, he voted for the Bells by the Dominoes. I didn't see you, Speedo. I'm glad to see you. And Florida Stan, you can put when you go on as well. And keep making it, keep at it, Florida Stan. I'm glad that you're doing it. And there's someone else who's popped into the room, but it looks spamish. I won't say anything about that. It looks spammy. Who else? All right, I don't want to make the energy slow down here because I don't have any background music playing, like a bed of music. to talk over. I don't have that. I need something else in the works to keep that flow going. And I don't know how to make that, how to be smooth with that, especially if I'm doing all things by myself. Now, if I had some mods, I could probably handle a little bit more, but still, doesn't take the work away. And Tony Smith, thank you for all your assistance, your support. Feel free to network with one another. And if you haven't done so, follow me here at Twitch, Studio Chatter. Studio Chatter Radio is the sponsor for Christine Vitale's vocal groups and other music for undeniable gratification. There's so many ways to make things happen on Twitch. I even brought my instrument, my kazoo. I could play a little kazoo for you, but I could tell you this is a very cheap piece of crap. So it's not the best. If it was made out of a metal, it would be better. But let me give you a sample. Well, I know I got to make a note. See, it doesn't go well. I don't have a song to play right now, but it doesn't sound good. I used to use a kazoo back in the days of the United in Group Harmony Association, and I'm a little out of practice. As if we could get out of practice on a kazoo. All right, I'm going to play you Offshore. This uses a harp. This is the Cardinals, and it's a beautiful, beautiful cut. You ready? Let's do this right here at Studio Chatter Radio.
Offshore, out where the sun sets, far into the night, lights will turn to shadows as the ship with my dreams fades out of sight. Offshore, deep into darkness, you come into view. Out there on our island, smiling at me through the haze in the blue. My misty eyes will always be crying for you. My empty arms regret the day they let you go. My lonely heart will always be sighing for you. Darling, you should know that I miss you so. My heart goes far across the sea. Soon we'll be together. Till then, always look offshore, dear, of me.
More Stevie Dunham is next, and this is what it sounds like. No more. I should say no more Stevie Dunham is next, because the song is called No More. StreetCornerEntertainment.com. StreetCornerEntertainment.com. The album cover looks like this. It looks like a watercolor painting. And there's a group singing on the street, but there's no street lamp over them. That's missing, but that's okay. It's all right. All right, no more. Here we go.
no more.
Stevie Dunham.
Will I be a fool over you? No more will I cry over you. No more will I be a fool. I didn't mean to hurt you so. Never mean to let you go. But you broke the rule. Never again. Never again. Never again. Will I believe in you no more? Will I spend sleepless nights over you and wake up with an aching heart? I don't intend to part. Never again. Never again. Never again. Will I believe in you no more?
And that I love. I just love the song. And this has now become my favorite version of this tune. The Uptones had recorded it, and this is just, it's got great feel. There's no doubt about it. And I love this version. Stevie Dunham delivers. He delivers on that. And speaking of Stevie Dunham, he releases other music, and there's this other individual who's a friend to the room and has been in the room tonight. He calls himself the Velvet Otter, and he's in the Twitch room, but his name is Ramon. And we're going to play one of his tunes. I just got to see which one because I can't see. All right. We're going to listen to Since You've Been Gone, and we're going to play it. I just can't remember right now. Oh, Ramon Altamirano, because Stevie sent me the cuts, and he didn't put Ramon's last name. And after getting used to Ramon as the Velvet Otter, I began to feel that's his real name. But I forgot, it's Ramon. All right, so let's listen to Since You've Been Gone by Ramon Altamirano. And this is on, I guess it's Street Corner Entertainment Records, or one of its subsidiaries, but let's give it a shot.
Gone. the warmth of your sweet embrace, the smile on your face, your loving ways. My heart beats at a pace. Since you've been gone, I'm so alone. My heart is breaking. Since you've been gone, since you've been gone. Woo! Baby, baby, baby. Come on, baby, baby, baby. So long. Come back home. Come on, into these arms. I miss you so. Come back, can't let you go. Since you've been
Thank you to Stevie Dunham and Street Corner Entertainment Records for providing this material out of your record label and your various record labels. And I wish you well with greater success. As you move towards the future, Stevie and I have been spending a lot of time discussing about how we promote what we're doing. And I always appreciate learning and hearing from other people what kinds of strategies they use to put their services or their product out there. I hate to call it product, their art. Let's call it art. Can we do that? That would be a nicer term. But Stevie Dunham does a nice job. He's a perfectionist when it comes to singing. He's demanding, as well he should be. And even if it takes a while for an artist to get it right, it's always a good thing. So it's nice to hear. It's nice to hear this kind of stuff still have a home and in contemporary recordings. When I say contemporary, recordings that are being done now, but very much in the fashion that they were recorded in decades ago. And that's the premise of the label, streetcornerentertainment.com. Check it out. Thanks, everybody, for listening. I have one more tune before I get out of here. I hate to leave, but I have a few errands, or chores, I should say, chores, around the studio that have to get done, like putting some music away and also some other stuff. I want to thank also Richie Rano for checking in, Richie, and some other friends. I don't want to say all their names because some of them requested anonymity, but I will say Carrie Bigel has also checked in. Thank you also, Joey Sendra. And Neil Richter, Joey Van Winkle. Thanks all for checking in. We're going to play something by Jump Back as we head on out of here. I want to thank everybody who did check into the Twitch room tonight. I can't shout you out all the time, but thanks especially. Nice to see you, Speedo 232, for checking in, even though I'm not sure how long you were here for. But that's okay. I didn't see you at the very beginning, and then I kind of looked away for a while. But I'm trying to catch up and keep up with everybody so everybody feels included. And, I want a community out of all this. And thanks, Florida Stan, for your support and your critique. It's all good, and I appreciate it. So I wanted to play Jump Back because I like this band. I really do. And I like what they're doing, and it's important to support those artists on the scene. And I have a wide variety of tastes, so why not? So let's listen to, not the title track, but a tune called So Wrong. Here we go.
Try to sing us a new song. Well, I said I'm gonna try to sing us a new song. Well, you said that song is sweet, but the way it should be, girl, is so wrong. Yeah, it's so wrong.
Boy, after hearing that, I almost hate to say goodbye. I was looking for my outro, and I keep misplacing it. What is wrong with me? I can't find it. I'm sorry, Dave Post. You know it's my mission to play the mooch as my outro, and I did tell you. I gave you my word. Swingadelic. And their latest release, but it is not something I can find right now. And I had it handy right before I started the show. Because I said to myself, don't lose this time. Don't lose it. There's something about that release that doesn't stay in my hands when I need it, where I need it. I'm just gonna go through this bag. I'm gonna play one more tune by Jump Back, and then I'll see if I can find the mooch. And if I can't find the mooch, then I'll just have to apologize again, for real. Otherwise, and this will be the last song unless I find the mooch. Okay. I like to be a person of my word. I really do. I don't like fake people and people who say things that they don't mean. Because I try to mean what I say. I try to say what I mean as best as I can. And I don't even like the word try, because there is no try. It's do or die. Say what you mean what you say, and don't be a bullshitter, honestly. Okay, we're going to play I Can Tell. This is the opening track from Jump Back. See all these rhymes? All the times I rhymes. All right, let's do it.
Yes, I can tell. I know you don't love me no more. I'll ask your mama and your papa too. Just what more can a poor boy do? Put me down, but I can tell, yes I can tell, I know you don't love me no more. Telephone. Yes, I knock on your door, they say you're not home. Well, your sister let me in and she told me to wait. You show up, but you show up late. And I can tell, yes I can tell, I know you don't love me no more.
It's impossible not to love that groove. I like it a lot. I would put it in the love category. And I really appreciate the band and their graciousness. The reciprocity in the relationship. I always look for reciprocity in my relationships, no matter what they may be. And whatever type of relationship. And they've been very, very good in responding beyond anything I could ever expect. I just expected a thank you, and I got way more than that from them. So that is Jump Back. And you can find them on Facebook. Jump Back Band, they call themselves. And this is the album. It's called Blues in the Red. I encourage it. I like it. And you can find it in places. It's available. You'll find it. And it's worth it. It's got good cuts. And I have not seen them live except for in the studios of Hudson River Radio, which brings me to what I want to say. I want to say Sundays, 6 p.m. Eastern, HudsonRiverRadio.com. You can view it on Facebook because they do stream the video live through Facebook. And you can hear it, but Facebook does cut it out a lot. So the best listening action takes place at HudsonRiverRadio.com. And the viewing action, the hot live action is how I like to call it. Check out the hot live action at HudsonRiverRadio.com. And then that's 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. with the Christine Vitale's Group Harmony Alley radio show. I'm getting mixed up now. The Group Harmony Alley with me, your girl, Christine Vitale. And then at 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., the Rhythm Rock and Blues Roller Coaster. I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge Hudson River Radio and the opportunity that they are giving me. And also here on Twitch, Tuesdays, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Twitch. You're looking at it. You're hearing it. You know it. Christine Vitale's vocal groups and other music for undeniable gratification. Studio, Chatter, Radio, CVVG, and OMFUG. 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 Okay. We're going to start up. We're going to start firing up the mooch here. So, again, thank you. Thank you, one and all. You're listening to Swingadelic. It's called Bluesville. I've had the chance to work with Swingadelic quite a few times. I love my relationship with Dave Post. Bluesville. Out of Hoboken. This release has 14 tracks, and this is the mooch. It was written by none other than Duke Ellington. So thanks all. I'm going to let you enjoy this music as I get ready to head on out of here. I'm going to fade to black in a minute. Maybe after the slideshow, and then fade to black. And I hope to see you soon. I really do. You know where to find me. Love you for listening. Okay, this is really good night now. I'm blowing you my kisses. I hit the mic. So sorry. Good night.